Hello everyone, welcome to Pepcoding. In this video, we will look at the question Ishaan and sticks. Okay, so let's see. Let's take the question statement. Okay, so in this question, it is given that Ishaan has a craving for sticks. He has n sticks, right? So we have an array and it has n sticks. He observes that some of the sticks are of same length. So we can see that some of the sticks are of same length, right? 2, 2, 2, 2. So these are the length of the sticks. We have 3, 3, 3, 3, right? 3. So these are the length of the sticks and there are total n sticks. Now it is saying he can make squares out of them, right? So he observes that some of the sticks are of same length and he can make squares out of them. He wants to know how big of a square he can make using those sticks at size, which means he needs to find how big of a square he can make using these sticks. So for example, if I take 2, right? 1, 2, 3 and 4. I have 4 sticks of length 2. So I can make a square like this, right? Its area is going to be 4. Okay. If I make a square of these sticks, my area is going to be 4. Right? But if I take 3, right? I also have these 3's. So if I try to make a square of 3 length, then my area is going to be 9, right? My area is going to be 9 then. So you can see that that for 2 my area was 4, right? For length 2 my area was 4, but for length 3 my area is 9. So we need to return, or we need to find what is the biggest, right? It is saying, can you tell in the maximum area of the biggest square that can be formed? So we need to find the maximum area, then we can that we can make using these sticks. Okay, so the answer for this question is going to be 3. But it is also saying calculate how many such squares can be made using the sticks. So we don't only have to find the maximum area, we need to find how many such squares can be made of that area. So let's say we have 3, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, right? Which means that I have 3 sticks or 8 sticks. So I can make 2 complete squares. I can make 2 complete squares of 9 area, right? I can make 2 complete squares of 9 area, and that is going to be my answer. I would have to return 9 and 2 as an answer, right? 2 for number of squares and 9 as a number of my as 9 as my maximum area. So what is going to be my approach for this question? Well, we can use a hash map, right? And we can make a frequency hash map. Now in this frequency hash map, what I'll do is I have a hash map like this. I will check for every element. So let's try to parse it, right? Let's see. Okay, so we are here. We are at this point. Now we have 2. Now 2 is not in my hash map. I'll put 2 in my hash map and I'll put 1 against it. Okay, 1 as my frequency. Now we have 3. 3 is not in my hash map. I'll add 3 in my hash map and I'll put 1 here. Okay, now 2. 2 is in my hash map. I'll update the value. Right, 3. 3 is in my hash map. I'll update the value. Again 2. Right, so I'll update my value. Again 3. I'll update my count. Again 3. I'll update my count. Okay, again 3. I'll update my count. Again 2. I'll update my count. Again 3. Right, 6. Then 3 again. 7. 3 again. 8. 4. Okay, so 4 here and 1 here. Okay, because 4 is not in my hash map. I put 4 in my hash map and I put 1 as my frequency. So after parsing this one, this array completely, I would get this 4 and 8 here. Okay, I would get this as my answer. This would be my frequency hash map. So if we have this frequency hash map now, right? If we have this frequency hash map, we can check if my frequency is greater than or equal to 4. Right? If we have this hash map and we traverse through this hash map, right? If we parse this hash map and we see, do we have my frequency greater than or equal to 4? If the frequency is greater than or equal to 4, it means that it can make one square, right? If it can make one square, then we will take our maximum area, or then we will take a maximum area. So we will take two things, max area and squares, right? If it is greater than equal to 4, it means that I can check, like I can make an area here, and that would be the value at the frequency or the key itself. So 3, because this is my length, right? 2 is my length, and it is saying that 2 has occurred 4 times in the array. Or we can say that I have a stick of length 2, and I have 4 sticks of length 2. Right? It is saying that I have 8 sticks of length 3. It is saying that I have 1 stick of length 4. Right? So what I can do is I can find the area which will be equal to my key, right? Because this is my length, this is my length, and this is my number of sticks, right? So I need to find my key times key, right? That would be my area. If I find my area, I will check that if this area is greater than my max area. So if it is greater than my max area, if we see that it is greater than my max area, I'll update my max area. Right, my max area will be that only. What is going to be the number of squares? Right, so let's see. Here I have 4 sticks, right? If my number of sticks are 4, then I can only make 1 square. Right, here my number of sticks are 8. That means I can make only 2 squares. So 1 square requires 4 sticks. I know that. Okay. If this was 18, if this was 18, I would have made 4 squares, because 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Since this is 18, I would have 4 sticks here, 4 sticks here, 4 sticks here, 4 sticks here. This is 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? So 4, 4, 4, 4 gives me 16, and 2 sticks are left behind. But we see that the total number of squares are going to be the frequency divided by 4. Okay, so my squares are going to be my frequency divided by 4. Right, this is going to be my max area and the number of squares for that max area. Okay, now also, if let's say I have a test case like this, I have a the sticks has 2, 2, 1, 3, 2, right? If I have a sample case like this, then my frequency hash map would be 2, or let's say 2 here and 2 here, 1 here and 1 here, 3 here and 1 here, right? It means that this would be my frequency hash map, because the length is 2 and the number of sticks are, the number of times it occurs in the array is, for 2 it is 2, for 1 it is 1, for 3 it is 1. So I cannot make any sticks out of them, right? Or I cannot make any squares out of them. My answer is going to be -1 and -1. Okay, -1 and -1. Why? Because my max area is -1 and my squares is -1. I cannot make a square out of these sticks, right? So I'll just return -1 in that case. So I hope the approach is clear. First, we'll make a frequency hash map, right? Then we'll traverse through the hash map, or parse a hash map, parse the hash map, and find the max area. Okay, so now let's try to code this. Okay, so first we need a hash map, right? So hash map is of integer, comma integer, right? Map, new hash map. And I also need, you can see that I'm returning an array list here, right? I'm returning an array list here. So I need to find an array list, or I need to make an array list, and that array list right? The array list which I'm returning, the array list which I'm returning will have two things: the max area here, so the max area here, and the number of squares, right? So it will have two things. My array list is going to have two things: the max area and the number of squares. Okay. So for this question, my max area was 9 and my number of squares was 2. Okay, so I will return 9 and 2 in an array list like this for this question or for this test case. Okay, so array list of integer, answer, new array list. Okay, after this, we need to fill our hash map, right? So fill our hash map. Now, let's traverse through the array. So int element of r, let's make a for each loop. Now, I'm traversing through the array, right? So I need to check that if my map dot contains key, that if my map contains that key, if my map contains that element, if it contains that length, then I will do something, or else if it does not contain something, I'll do something. Okay, so if it does not if it does contain my element, then I will take the frequency out. So in frequency would be my map dot get my element, right? And that is going, and I have to make a new frequency, because if it is coming, then I'm going to add the old frequency with 1, right? So this is going to be my new frequency, and I'll just map dot put element comma this new frequency. Okay, so I'm just making a frequency hash map. Else it is just coming for the first time in my hash map. So if it is coming for the first time, then I'll just do map dot put element comma 1, because it is the first time it is coming in my hash map. Now after this, my hash map is filled, right? I've made a frequency hash map. All I need to do is I need to make the max area and the number of squares. So number of squares. So let's make integer max area, right? This, let's call this -1, and let's make a number of squares that is also -1. Now we'll run a loop on. So now we have to run a loop on my hash map, right? And what is the loop on my hash map? How can I run a loop on my hash map? I need to find all the lengths, right? For I'm calculating that for all of my lengths. So I'll run a loop on my map.keyset, right? On all my keys of that hash map. Now I'll check. I'll find my frequency, which will be map.get, right? And map.get of that key. After I get this frequency, I will check if my frequency is greater than equal to 4. If it is greater than equal to 4, then I can find an area which is going to be my key times key, right? Because key is representing my length. If my area is greater than my max area, then I'll update my max area with that area, and I'll update my number of squares as frequency, because it is number of times, or it is the number of sticks, right? I need to divide the number of sticks by 4 to get the number of squares I can make. Okay, so this will give me all of the number of squares I can make using those sticks, right? And this will also give me the maximum area of that stick. So after this for loop has run, I will have my max area and I will have my number of squares. I just need to add them to my array list. So answer dot add, first thing I'm going to add is my area, and then our max area here. After that, answer dot add my number of squares. Okay, and I just need to return my answer. So this is my code. First I filled my hash map, then I find my maximum area and number of squares. Okay, and how am I finding the number of squares and maximum area? I'm first traversing through all of the lengths using since my key is representing my length. Then I'm finding the frequency, or frequency you can call this, instead of frequency, this is number of sticks, right? You can also call this number of sticks. Number of sticks. Also here, number of sticks, right? So it is saying that the number of sticks are equals to map. My number of sticks would be map dot get key. If my number of sticks are greater than equal to 4, then my area is going to be key times key. And if area is greater than max area, I'll update the max area, and my number of sticks are going to be, or NOS is going to be number of sticks by 4. Okay. So NOS is number of squares, right? So this looks fine. Let's run this code. It is accepted. Let's submit this. It is also submitted. So I hope you understand this question. If you don't, I would suggest rewatching the part which you don't understand. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.